Harbaugh, he's had success at both levels, but really he's not yet been able to win the big game in college or the pros. So, Marcus, what do you think? Does Harbaugh have a better chance to win a Super Bowl or a national title?
A national title. Listen, it's still the University of Michigan, and they got the opportunity. Here's the problem, okay? Here's the issue with this idea of college football being difficult. Can we all acknowledge that we in an era of Nick Saban in Alabama that we probably won't see for another 150 years? Like, we got to stop with the whole thought process that we not living, like we got two things, we got actually three things going on right now. We got Tom Brady, who's won 7 championships. That ain't normal. I'm excited I'm living while it's happening, but it ain't normal. The other thing is we got LeBron James playing at 37 looking like he 12. That ain't normal. It ain't normal. It ain't going to happen a lot. And then we got Nick Saban in college winning championships or being in championship games almost every single year. It ain't normal, y'all. So at some point, all of these things change. Things happen. I look at Jim Harbaugh this year and his opportunity and what he did with the University of Michigan getting into the playoffs. Obviously, he had a talent shortage in the college football playoff. But you beat Ohio State and you had an opportunity to play in the game. I don't think Jim Harbaugh will have a difficult time keeping this trend going. Yeah, Ohio State gonna be good. That's the one team in your division usually that you have to beat, and it determines a lot of what goes on in the Big Ten. But when you think about this in context, and I know everybody has in the back of their mind, Harbaugh went to the Super Bowl. He had Colin Kaepernick. He had the best defense in the NFL. He had Hall of Famers and Pro Bowlers all over the field. That matters on that level. And it's not that Jim Harbaugh can't get that again. I just think it's more difficult when you're trying to win one against the best the world has to offer, which is the NFL. College is the best route for him to try to win a national title, and I think he got a better shot at Michigan than he does having coming to the NFL.
Okay.
Yeah, I disagree. I think it's going to be the NFL. And Marcus, I got to take you back down memory lane, man. 2011, when this man came to the San Francisco 49ers, they went 13-3 in the first year. He got coach of the year. They lost in the NFC Championship game to the Giants, who won the Super Bowl 2012. I don't really want to bring that up too much because the damn team beat the Atlanta Falcons that I was on in the NFC Championship, and they lost in the Super Bowl to John Harbaugh. So we're going to move fast from that. The following year, they lost in the NFC Championship game again to the Seattle Seahawks. Now, the fourth year, they went 8-8. Now, the problem that I had with this whole debacle with Jim Harbaugh and the San Francisco 49ers is that the GM, who is now down in Jacksonville, Trent Baalke, they weren't seeing eye to eye. And I'm saying to myself, if you have this much damn success as a head coach in the National Football League, why can't you make that work if you're a general manager? You have to make that work and keep him there, because then they went to Tom Sula, who went 5-11. He got booted. Then they went to Chip Kelly, who went to 2-14. He got booted along with Baalke. Both of them got booted. But then when you look at the college level, Marcus, who did you play for at college?
Nick Saban.
He ain't going no damn well. Nick Saban ain't going nowhere.
But Harry, we've seen a few times where teams built themselves up to beat Alabama. It ain't often, but that is a possibility at the University of Michigan, bro.
No, I'm not saying it's not likely. I'm just saying I think his chances are better at the NFL level. Because let me tell you what I seen. This game this past week in the semifinal game against Georgia, I left the game early. You know why? Because it was a damn blowout. I went home. So I'm in my hotel room watching the rest of the game. That offensive line that I thought was so damn good, you want to know what I see when them O-linemen doing that sideline? That O-line, he put his head up like this, Swagoo. And basically he was saying, what in the hell did I get myself What did I get myself into? Because that Georgia D-line and front seven was playing no games. But the second part of it, I'll say this, is that you mentioned Ohio State. They not going nowhere. Did y'all forget C.J. Stroud and Jackson Smith and Jigba in that bowl game and Marvin Harrison's son? They ain't going nowhere.
Come on, man. We talking about the league, though. We talking about the league compared to college.
Yeah.
And I get it. I understand. Look, there are certain institutions on the college level where you are going to have an opportunity to win games because you can recruit at a high level. Your budget is right. The boosters are invested. The school has the lore that you need in order to attract recruits. I get all of that. There ain't no guarantees in either league. And I understand what you're saying about Harbaugh's success. But we also got to acknowledge, bro, that most of the time your experience in the NFL ain't that. Most of the time your experience is you looking for another job.
You're right.
Like,
You're right.
So I look
No,
at
I agree with you there.
I take everything in this particular situation holistically, right? The University of Michigan is going to support Harbaugh because he ain't beat Ohio State until this year. They stayed with him. They actually extended him, gave him more money.
Yeah.
He has all of the resources that you need in order to try to win a championship. And last but not least, what I said at first, let me remind everybody, we are in an era that we probably won't see again for a long time. And I think we get convoluted in the thinking about Nick Saban and Alabama and their dominance, and we disregard the fact that in college, you got still on a lot of teams, a lot of dudes that's going to go work insurance jobs. They not going to go to the pros. They not going to have the opportunity to play at the highest level. Bro, when you get to that NFL, man, it's a lot of things that got to happen right. A lot. In college, you could get by with talent, and I just believe Harbaugh can attract the type of talent that will give him an opportunity to win a championship more so than going back to the NFL and having to deal with all of the free agency. What if it, Harry, funny thing, I know we got to go. What if his quarterback say, I don't want to play here no more?
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.